You feel it, don't you? The weight of the character you yourself created. The exhaustion of maintaining a smile at work, an opinion that isn't yours, a relationship that survives on appearances. It's a false life. A play where you are the lead actor, the scriptwriter, and the lone audience member, applauding a performance that consumes you from within. Now, imagine a man who refused to act. A man who, upon feeling a natural urge, simply satisfied it in public, in front of everyone, like a dog. And when they criticized him, he responded with a simple question. Why is it strange to satisfy hunger in public, but shocking to satisfy another equally natural need? That man was Diogenes, the Cynic, the madman of Athens, the philosopher who lived in a barrel. And his life, his brutally honest life, is a broken mirror pointed at ours. He wasn't just being vulgar, he was annihilating, with a single gesture, all the social hypocrisy that imprisons us. He was showing that the emperor and our entire civilization is naked. The question that remains, and that might keep you from sleeping tonight, is, what if the madman in the barrel was the only truly sane man? Your life, like almost everyone's, is a long and careful construction. A house of cards built upon the foundations of what others expect from you. The good son, the dedicated professional, the understanding partner. Each card is a small lie, an omission, a forced kindness, the yes that wanted to be no, the compliment that hid contempt, the social media post that painted a picture of happiness while the walls of your world crumbled in silence. You've become a museum curator of your own life, selecting only the artifacts that tell a story of success, of normalcy, of adjustment. But the storage room, the basement of your mind, is full of the pieces you've hidden, the rage, the frustration, the desire to simply drop everything and disappear. The truth is, you don't live your life. You manage it. You manage the perception others have of you, and that management has become a full-time, unpaid job that drains your soul. This is where the figure of Diogenes becomes not just interesting, but necessary. He was not a social reformer. He didn't want to fix the world. He wanted to expose the farce. When he walked through Athens in broad daylight with a lit lamp, saying he was looking for an honest man, he wasn't really looking. He was declaring there wasn't a single one. He was pointing at every citizen, every politician, every merchant, and saying, I see your mask. I see the character. And he doesn't impress me. His philosophy, Cynicism, in its original form, was a training, an ascesis, a daily exercise to strip oneself of everything superfluous and false. Living in a barrel wasn't about poverty. It was about freedom. If you don't need a home, no one can threaten you with eviction. If you're satisfied with scraps, no one can control you with a feast. If you seek no one's approval, no one can hurt you with criticism. He was becoming invulnerable by reducing his needs to the absolute minimum, to what is natural. Consider the most famous encounter in the history of philosophy. Alexander the Great, the most powerful man in the world, who conquered nations with a snap of his fingers, goes to Corinth to meet the famous philosopher. He finds Diogenes lying in the sun. Alexander, surrounded by his generals, offers the philosopher anything he desires. Anything. Wealth, power, a province to govern. Diogenes' answer? Get out of my sunlight. In that single sentence, Diogenes wasn't just being arrogant. He was teaching the deepest lesson of all. He was saying, you, with all your power, with all your armies, cannot give me the one thing I truly value right now, which is the warmth of the sun. In fact, you're getting in my way. Your power is irrelevant to my happiness. Your presence is an obstacle. Alexander, the conqueror of worlds, was reduced to a shadow blocking the light. It is said that Alexander was so impressed that he told his laughing generals, "If I were not Alexander, I would wish to be Diogenes." But what does that mean for you today, in your air-conditioned office, in your endless commute, in your silently hostile family gathering? You can't simply live in a barrel and tell your boss to get out of your sunlight. Or can you? Diogenes' philosophy is a recipe for social suicide or for genuine liberation. His act is not an invitation to misery, but a challenge. A challenge for you to inspect every chain that binds you to your false life. Your comfortable home, does it serve you or do you serve it, working endlessly to pay for it? Your position, does it give you purpose or just a title to impress people you don't like? Your social circle, does it nourish you or drain you, demanding constant performance? Diogenes doesn't ask you to abandon everything. He demands that you question the price of everything, and that you realize that, most of the time, the price is your own freedom, your own soul. The brutal truth Diogenes forces us to face is that our life of comforts and social conventions is, in many respects, more imprisoning than his barrel. He was free because he had nothing to lose. We are slaves because we are afraid to lose everything we've built, even if that construction is our own prison. But there's a problem with Diogenes' approach. It's extreme. It's performative. It's a declared war against society. For many, it's impractical. This is where another school of thought, contemporary, and at times inspired by the Cynics, offers a different path, a quieter, more internal, but perhaps even more powerful path. Stoicism. While Diogenes shouted his truth to the world, the Stoic whispered it to himself. While Diogenes rejected society, the Stoic learned to endure it, to navigate through it without being corrupted. If Diogenes is the hammer that breaks the chains, the Stoics, like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, offer the manual for living as a free man within one's own prison. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor philosopher, was the opposite of Diogenes. He was at the top of the pyramid of power that Diogenes despised. He couldn't live in a barrel. He governed the world. And yet, in his meditations, written amidst military campaigns and palace intrigues, he sought the same freedom, inner freedom. The Stoic agrees with Diogenes that the external world is full of falsehood, hypocrisy, and things beyond our control. But the answer isn't necessarily to confront the world, but rather to build an impregnable fortress within one's own mind, the inner citadel. For the Stoic, your false life isn't your job or your social relationships. Your false life is your emotional reaction to these things. It's your anger when your boss ignores you. It's your anxiety about the future. It's your sadness over a betrayal. The Stoic lesson is the dichotomy of control. Separate what you can control from what you cannot. You cannot control your co-workers' hypocrisy, but you can control your decision not to let it disturb your peace. You cannot control the economy, but you can control your own spending habits and your preparation for difficult times. Where Diogenes annihilates the false life with external action, the Stoic dissolves it with internal discipline. He smiles at the hypocritical boss, not because he agrees with him, but because he understands that the smile is a tool and his true opinion, his true integrity, is safe within his mental citadel, untouched. He participates in the social game, but he knows it's a game. He wears the mask society demands, but he never, ever forgets his true face beneath them. But wouldn't that be a more subtle form of falsehood? By smiling at what he despises, isn't the Stoic just creating a more sophisticated mask, a more comfortable inner prison? It's a valid question, and the answer perhaps lies in the synthesis of these two worlds. The solution isn't to choose between being Diogenes or being Marcus Aurelius. The solution is to understand that they are two tools for the same job, the demolition of your false identity. Diogenes is the diagnosis. He is the electric shock needed to wake you from your stupor. His radical philosophy serves to show you how far you've strayed from your nature, from your truth. You don't need to live like him, but you need to use his example to radically question your own life. Do Diogenes' exercise. For a week, question every yes you say. Ask yourself, am I doing this because it's natural and true for me, or because I'm acting? After the diagnosis comes the daily treatment, and that is Stoicism. Once you know you're living a sham, Stoicism gives you the tools to navigate through it without losing yourself. It teaches you selective indifference, to focus your energy only on what you can change, your own thoughts, your own judgments, your own actions. The brutal synthesis is this: use the spirit of Diogenes to identify the biggest lies in your life, the heaviest chains, and have the courage to break them. Perhaps it's leaving a toxic relationship. Perhaps it's changing careers. Perhaps it's simply stopping pretending that you like certain people or activities. It will be painful. There will be consequences. Society punishes those who stop acting, and to deal with the consequences, to endure the ostracism, the criticism, and the loneliness that often accompany authenticity. Use the Stoic fortress. Build your inner citadel. Remember that the opinions of others cannot hurt you unless you allow them to. Remember that true freedom isn't in having everything you want, but in needing nothing that lies beyond your control. The annihilation of your false life isn't an event. It's a process. It begins with the cynical brutality of looking at your life and calling it what it is, a performance. And it continues with the Stoic discipline of, day after day, choosing the real over the comfortable, the true over the convenient. It's a solitary path, but it's the only path that leads out of the theater and back to life. Your life, the only one you truly have. The destruction of the false life is just the beginning. What is built upon the ruins is a matter for those who decide to continue.